Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to create live tabs and show you what we call the Family Browser Builder. So I'm just going to, instead of this time dragging individual files, I'm going to drag a folder. So if I drag a folder on here, it'll bring up what we call the Family Browser Builder. Now we've got two panels here, the available files which we've just dragged in, and we've also got the current family browser layout. So you'll notice a tree structure, the top level being the library, next level down being group, and there can be multiple subgroups, next level down being your tabs, and below that could be subfolders as well. So what I'm going to do is I want the furniture seating being a tab underneath the demo group. So I'm just going to simply drag that over and place it, highlight it over the demo group, and you'll notice it's put it down here, furniture seating. It's a live tab. We can actually change that to be a standard tab there, but I'm going to leave it as a live tab, and it's selected up and also selected all the subs as well, all the families within that folder. And you'll notice here it's also found another subfolder called parts in this case. I'm not sure why parts, but it is, and it's selected all the families within that. I'm just going to rename that to something which you can do, furniture fern, I'll just call it fern sub. Okay, and this is where you can start renaming your stuff. So if I, oh, that's interesting, I wonder why that goes that color. It makes it hard to rename that. So demo group, we'll just call this test. And if you want, if you change anything and want it to be renamed, they need to be checked. So if I renamed this and didn't check it, it wouldn't process that. So there we go, I've added furniture seating. I'm actually just going to take off, it's just going to be seating, and it's going to be a live tab under the demo test group test. Okay, I'm going to click next and it'll process those. So it's told me one library has been modified, group modified, tabs been modified or created, one subfolder, and 49 files added. So if I go finish, we'll see what that actually means. Okay, so now we've got this renamed, the demo group test, which makes sense. And we've now got a tab here called seating, and within that we've got all those families automatically put in there. Because it's a live folder, it's showing all the current families in there. If I was to take one out, it will then remove it from there. We've also got a subfolder called furniture sub. If I double click on that to expand that, we've got 3 or 4 families in there. We've also got, it's picked up some subfolders in there as well. So you can have many levels of subfolders, just like you can have many levels of groups. So that's how easy it is to create a live tab. Now to get super tricky, I'm going to go back to my family browser library, and I'm going to drag and drop the entire folder of all of my families. We'll see what this does. Okay, now I've got content 3D, we've got a lot of directories, folders, structure in here. I'm going to drag and drop the entire content 3D over, and I'm going to make a new library off it. Now the top level is always a library, next level down is always a group, and by default the next level below that is a live tab, next level below that is a subfolder. You can change those around, but remembering you do need a structure of library, top level, at least one group, and then tabs below it. So I'm just going to accept all those. Just know that I've got a library structure of 4 levels deep, and I'm going to click on, actually it's going to create a library content 3D with all those groups. I'm going to click on next and let that process. Depending on your library size, may take a little while. It's got to upload all that information to the server and place it in the database. But generally, we're not expecting. Well, it's done 2,500 families in say 10 seconds there. So now when I go finish, our family browser should reflect that change, which it has. We've got a new library called Content 3D. We've got a group structure. We've got tabs and we've got subfolders. Nothing in that subfolder. Could be me doing some testing. And also we've got families with type catalogs all ready to be placed, dragged and dropped into Family Browser. So that completes the setup of Family Browser using the Family Browser Manager. Be keen to hear your comments and feedback on that.